Hi guys, in this video we're going to be making a base, and I know I don't get to do these videos often, so hopefully I've done a good job this time around. So let's talk about what we're trying to achieve in this video. Well, I want to try and create a similar sort of base to the one that I'm showing you here. Now this implies very simple and easy techniques, and it's the perfect sort of base to make for a beginner or someone that wants to create really nice looking base but very simply. The other base that I'm showing you here is very similar. It's in exactly the same style and colour format, but it's a lot more complicated to do. I use no tricks or little useful techniques to achieve that. It was all done with a brush, but the one we're going to be painting today on the right hand side of the screen, it's very easy to achieve. I mean, to put things into perspective, those 2 minis there, the one would have took at least 2 or 3 times longer just to do the base, but the quality, as you're looking at them side by side, there's not that much of a difference really, so that's a crucial thing. What I'm doing here is just cutting up a tiny bit of rhino door, and we're going to be trying to make it look a bit beaten up. So as you can see, I've got a lighter in my hand here, and I have to say to all the younger folk out there that's watching this, please don't be using any form of flame. Get your parents to do it. I don't want anyone hurting or burning themselves watching one of my videos. So I'm trying to sort of like create like melter damage or plasma damage, like a hot burning rounds gone on to blast off some part of armor from a tank or a mech. And you'll see here that it's such an easy effect to create. Okay, what you need to do is let it cool down for a few seconds so it doesn't bubble, and then you can easily manipulate the plastics. It's obviously very pliable when it's heated like that. There you go, really simple and easy melter effect, just with a bit of heat. Okay, now as you can see at that stage it still looks very plain, and obviously we want to add some detailing into that bit of cut up rhino there. So at the moment no rhyme or reason really, I'm just literally chopping into the edges of that bit of the rhino hatch there, just to create some areas of interest and a bit of battle damage. Okay, now you can use your pin vise to drill holes for like bullet holes and that sort of thing, but I think you get more organic holes if you actually use your hobby knife, because you can actually ream at an angle which will create like little divots and sections that look uneven, which I think looks more organic than a perfectly round hole. So I think it's nicer to use your hobby knife there. Okay, unfortunately what I'm doing now, and it's out of shot on camera unfortunately, I'm heating up a pin to create like a melter hole, and it'll give you a totally different effect from drilling out a hole. And unfortunately I'm not prepared very well, but normally I'd have a really long paper clip extended and I'd hold it over a flame until it got piping red hot, and then you can get really cool melter hole effects. But that's a pretty pathetic melter hole, but it's just to give you an idea of what you can do, but again being very careful there. So yeah, just going to glue that to the base. Right, that's glued to the base now, so obviously we want to add some mud effects around the armor plating. So here I'm just putting down neat PVA glue. I would recommend thinning it, maybe 1-to-1 ratio, so 1 drop of PVA and 1 drop of water. It'll just help it flow on the base easier there for you. But again, I'm really trying to blast through painting and modelling this base. And I have to say, the most crucial thing in this stage of putting down the ballast onto the base there is making sure you don't get any glue on the lip of the base, because there's nothing that can spoil a beautiful base and having bits of ballast and, you know, stringy fingerprinted PVA glue on the sides of your base, so when you paint it up it looks all patchy and horrible. So taking care to make sure that you wipe all the ballast away from the base is crucial. Another top tip I highly recommend people to do, this is more so aimed at the beginner that are new to the hobby. You might go to your GW and buy a little tub of sand, but the problem with just dipping your base in that said tub of sand is it'll more than likely be of one type of grain. It'll be medium, fine, or a coarse grain, and it will give you a very unnatural looking finish. And because the whole texture of that base will look exactly the same, all the grains will be the same thickness. So if you can get hold of more tubs and you can mix the ballast together, which I've done there in that little tub, you'll get a more organic and natural looking base in effect. Okay, what I'm doing here, this is a bit of extra insurance policy really. It's heavily thinned down PVA glue, and as you can see it's like a milky watery consistency. It's just to seal the ballast on the top, to, you know, to make it way less likely to chip and crumble off after use. Okay, so I've primed the miniature now. I mean, I've not shown that on camera, but it should be self-explanatory. I did it with my airbrush using the VALLEJO polyurethane primers there. I love those primers, very good, but whichever primer is best for you. But most times I prime in white because I like the nice clean finishes you get priming with white as opposed to black, but it's, again, it's preference. And I'm doing a cheeky little trick here, and it's for speed painting. What I'll do is I'll probably dip the paintbrush in paint, and as I'm gliding it over the miniature, if it's a flat surface and it doesn't retain a lot of detail, I'll just dip the brush in the water and I'll carry on thinning the paint over the model. So I'm actually using the mini there, or the base as it is, as a makeshift palette. But the most crucial thing in all of it is making sure that the paint's not going down too thick to obscure detail and leave the ultimate no-no brushstroke marks. But as you can see there, nice and smooth, but very quick and simplistic. Okay, doing exactly the same thing here. I've just very quickly squirted down some charred brown, and I'm just plastering it all over the mud areas of the base. And it's not thinned down, so what I just did there off camera, dipped the brush in water and I'm literally thinning the paints down on the base itself. Quick, dirty and simple technique to paint the base quickly, but it works. At this stage it's not 100% crucial that you don't get the paint around the lip there, because as I'm thinning it down, it's not going to leave any sort of ill effect when the edge of the base is painted at the end. Okay, I'm applying GRYPHONNE Sepia here, neat, to the armour plate. Now I go against pretty much what you'll probably hear most of the times. It's don't let the wash pool, but I want to do just that. I want the wash to pool as much as possible, because it's going to give us a really nice effect. So be very put in quite a lot of wash on your armour there. Now you can skip this stage if you want to, because most of it's going to be covered up by the weathering techniques we're going to use. But just using slight hard edge highlight of the flat yellow colour there. Okay, now this technique is just fantastic. It's so simple but yet so effective, and the cool thing is everyone's got foam. I mean, if you don't own a army case with foam in, the miniatures that you've got should have probably come with some foam backing, so it's a fantastic technique in every Wargamers box, and they should all have a go. It's so simple. As you can see, a nice easy 3D effect instantly. And blazing orange is just to give a more of the orangey look to the rust there. So just mixing it up a bit. You can create more control and get a bit more accuracy out of using that technique with smaller pieces of sponge and tweezers, but for this video I didn't think it was necessary. Okay, and I'm using the gunmetal from the Model Air range, and it's the metallics, and I absolutely love the VALLEJO Model Air metallics. And I mean, there's many different metallics on the market, but if you get a chance to try these, I can assure you won't be disappointed. I really do like them myself. So what I'm trying to do is the areas that have been hit by the hot melter shot, I'm giving those the naked metal effect. Okay, we're going on to dry brushing here. Now this is the ultimate quick and dirty technique for dry brushing. I'm extra sloppy here. If you're dry brushing a miniature for the end overall effect, you'll want to be more careful than I'm here, but I do a little trick at the end which pulls everything back together, so you'll see as this goes along. And as I'm dry brushing, you'll notice that I'm not scrubbing the bristles into the actual base there, so you just want to lightly feather the dry brushing over, and it should give you a nicer finish in the end. I think I'm using an old GW base coating brush there, so you don't even have to have a specific type of dry brush to do the job. As long as you've got a fairly large brush for a base that's old and knackered, you're good to go. And I'm using bone white here, and you can see that obviously this is not the type of colour you want to be using to get a mud effect, but you'll see the reason why it goes so light in a moment. As you can see, I'm being much more gentle with the bone white. I only want that to hit the most highest of spots there. Okay, now here comes the really fun cool part, literally just slapping the Devlin mud onto the miniature there, and you really want it to pool and really add as much as you can to it. It's going to give us that really nice organic looking mud effect. Again, we're going for simplicity here. Okay, now after the Devlin mud's dried, we're just going to add some After Effects, some static grass. So I'm just putting a bit of PVA glue down, just some areas of interest where I think it'll look cool. Okay, and I think this is probably one of the better ways to apply static grass if you don't have a really cool static grass applicator, which I don't have. It's to actually rub the actual static grass between your fingers, and it will separate the strands, which will lead to a much nicer end result, because you won't have all clumped up grass that's flat to the actual Mini. Also, which the camera doesn't pick up here, I'm actually holding the base head just above my mouth, and I'm blowing up towards the static grass to make them stand on end. So it's a static grass applicator on the ultimate budget, if you like. So yeah, just give it a blow and they should stand up a bit. And now I'm using VALLEJO Model Air Black, and this black is something else. It really is. I've used many different black paints from different manufacturers, but this stuff is something special. It gives one coat coverage, you don't need to thin it, and it will leave no brush marks at all. It's just super smooth, and again, obviously it's manufactured to be used straight out the airbrush, but there's nothing stopping you using your paintbrush. And the other thing that you see that I'm doing here is I'm making sure that I'm painting the edge of the base with the side of the brush. It allows me to paint the edge of the base really quick, but more crucially, I know it's near impossible for me to get any paint on the top surface of the miniature that we've just painted. So this is the end result. Nice, quick and easy miniature, and as you can see, the mud looks fairly real. I know my camera doesn't pick up the gradients in the colour too well, but they are there, and the armour paint is looking pretty realistic for such a simple and easy job. But yeah, that's it. I hope this has helped some people out there. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.